Hello everyone and welcome to this course of Maya 2018 Arnold. So in this session we will understand the Arnold process inside Maya software. So let's get started. As you can see that we have imported a model and this doesn't have any texture. So right now what we will do the Arnold render engine and also will understand few of the properties features of Arnold. So at first I will just select all the model and just go to edit, and here we are into the delete by type history. So all the history will be erased, and the model is between the grid, and make sure that the model is in you can say low in size, because if you increase the size definitely it will take the huge amount of render time. So if you can decrease the model size, definitely your scene will be lighter, and also your model which you are making or just forming inside Maya, it is a vector. So we'll just put the model into smaller size in between the grid, and now we'll just select the model, and here we have the render settings. So in render settings we are used to change the render using Arnold. By default my software will be there because my software is the by default, and you can change to Arnold. So all the panels will be changed. You have Arnold renderer, system AOVs, diagnostic and common. So maximum time we will use this Arnold renderer, especially in sampling, because we have camera AA, diffuse, specular transmission, subsurface scattering and volume indirect. So what are these values? We will discuss this in later words. I will just cut this off, and if I don't render the same, okay, so I am rendering it from here. So you can see it's forming nothing, because as we have not using the Arnold shader, because we are in Arnold render engine, so we have to use the shaders. So I just select the whole model, and now what I will do, right click, and here you have the assign new material. So in assign new material you have the Arnold shader. So I go to shader, and here you have the all the shader which comes around Arnold. So we will discuss this shader later words, but at first this is one of the most basic shader which Arnold have, which is AI standard surface. You can change to any of the property shader through this shader. So I'm just using this shader, as when the shader has been implemented, all the features has been came on the attribute editor right side of your screen. So we are not changing anything right now. We'll change it later, but not right now. We'll just put the color somehow into little bit of grayish like nature, and you have the weight. You can increase or decrease the quantity of the weight, and also it just render the same. So we doesn't find anything inside the render settings. So what I will do is change the color little bit of it, and also as you can see we'll just do one more thing. Here we have the Arnold panel, so I just click over here. You have the interactive render view. If I just click over here, whatever you do the changes, it will update on your view screen. So right now it's not showing, no problem. Right click, assign new material again, and shader AI standard surface, and okay. So for a quick examine purpose, it's just on this, it's not showing, no problem. We'll show this in few minutes. So here we have some of the lights which Arnold have. So I am just forming the area light. If I just click and just drag it over here, just select this light, and if I just go to the setting, as you can see, your model can be seen. Decrease the value. If you rotate, definitely your render view will also update. Okay, so if you rotate, definitely your render view will rotate. If you just off this, nothing will be happen. So this is very good in Arnold. As you can see, small grains forming on your model, because this is due to the camera AA value which is set into 3. If you increase this value, definitely your render would be so much of more smoother, and also it will take some time. So maximum value can put to 8 to 10, okay, not more than that, otherwise it will hang up your whole scene. If you have a good PC configuration, then it would be okay, otherwise you can use 8 9. Okay, so no problem. Right now I just off this. If I just form a ground, so I just form a ground, I just select this light, move it somewhere here. As you can see, just select this ground, right click, assign new material, Arnold. Here we have the AI standard surface. Let's have a look if the reflection is coming on the ground. Okay, we don't have to render it in this view. You can render it, but right now I'm not using, I am just avoiding it. And we just go to the Arnold tab, and here you have the interactive render settings. Click over here. You can see the model is showing here. Also it has some sort of shadow. The model is in the air because there is no any contact between the ground and the model, so I just put this ground to be somehow like this. As you can see, light is bouncing quite well. Okay, so if you want to change the color, definitely you can. Just have to go to attribute editor. Here we have the color, so you can change the color according to your need. So just change the color, and you can select this light. You have all the features like have in the mental ray and all. You can just have all the features like intensity and all. So instead of increasing the intensity, I will just duplicate this light, move it somewhere here. Okay, if you press 7, you can see the light inside the Arnold. So at first we are in 6. If you press 7, definitely you can see the light. Okay, no problem. So I will just rotate this light little bit like this way and just put it somewhere here and change the color of the light. No problem, definitely you can do anything inside Maya software. So it's just zoom in the character and just see is it working quite well or not. As the intensity of the light is very low, that's why it's not showing properly. As you can see, the reflection of the blue light is forming just below over there. Okay, just select the light and increase the intensity. If you want to increase, definitely you can. Click over here, just click. Intensity would be 10. Let's have a look. Is it working well or not? As you can see, now you can see the proper texture of the model. And you can also see the reflection of the light which is forming at your model. If you just rotate this, you will find the blue bounciness which is forming on your model. Okay, as you can see here, and the background is darker because nothing has been there in the background, and also the light getting fade off because Arnold blend smoothly inside your software. So that means if you have to change the each and every part, definitely you can select this part, right click, go to assign new material, and you have the AI standard surface. You can change the color from here, or even one more thing is there, you can use any of the image file or any of the bitmap file which is present inside create node tab. Okay, like that of the mental ray version. And as you can see, body is combined in one. No problem, right click, assign new material. So now I'm not focusing in all of them, I'm just focusing in AI standard surface. You can change the preset from here. You have the preset, you can change the preset. If you need glass, you can just have the glass, or just if you need the frosted glass, clay, chrome, anything if you want to need, definitely you can change from there. Okay, no problem. Just have a look what kind of texturing is forming. As you can see, the glass, we have just changed the preset of the AI standard surface to glass, and it's showing the glassiness of your model. So it is quite little bit of naturality, as we haven't used any kind of different thing. We have used only the Arnold few modifications, and also too light with low intensity. So we haven't modified the same, we just used and just put it on the scene. So as you can see, it's working quite well, and also the reflection properties are quite natural. Okay, and if you need to do some amount of modification with the attribute editor, definitely your result will be so much of good. Okay, I'm skipping this and just closing this. Select this and just go to the AI standard surface. You just go over there. All the presets have you can say the inbuilt property. If you change the preset and just using the bubble, all the property will be changed. Definitely yes, this would happen. You can change the color from here, but right now I'm not using the color. As you can see, it has been implemented on your model. So like this way, if you want to add some of amount of texture, definitely like mentally you can also just select that part, go to color, click over here and just put any of the texture if you want to put. Definitely you can. Okay, so it depends on you what type of things you need to do. Okay, so as you can see, we have just used two Arnold lights and one simple material into the scene. So in the next session we will just learn more about this light and more about these settings. Okay, but first I want to show one more thing, is that when just you rendered the same. Okay, as you can see we have rendered the same. So here we have a setting bar. Click over the setting bar, you will get the gamma and the gain, which is the exposure. So you can change the exposure from here. It will affect your scene. Definitely it will produce more dramatic result. Okay, so here we have the exposure and gamma values. You just rotate the model, definitely it will update on your scene. So you can change from here to have a look. And also here, if I go to the render settings, here we have the camera AA, diffuse, specular and transmitter, and subsurface scatter, volume indirect. So increasing the camera AA value will let you smoother result. So in the next session we will just use this the camera AA value, and also will use the subsurface scattering, because both will work same, and also both have the good correlation with each other. So specularity, if you need more shyness, you can increase the specularity which is present inside this, and you have the diffuse also. So and the transmission, like this way you can change. And also you have to go through many various properties on the attribute editor. So in next session we're looking all the property features of the attribute editor of Arnold inside Maya software. So I think this part has been captured by you, because it's a very simple and you know the basic fundamentals of Arnold which we have learned in this session. You can just use the same thing on different model and also examine the process. So let's switch to the next session.